Okay, a couple days away from, I don't know, some people are calling it the final reckoning of the Raiders season. Some people are calling it a get-right game for us, a get-right game for the Bears, everything in between. I don't know how I feel about this game, but I do know one thing. I just watched the video from Florida Raiders quarterback Derek Carr, and we need to talk about it because he breaks down the film in such an intricate and insightful way that it inspired me to come on here and give my opinion of where I think this offensive line is going to go and how we can improve not only in this game but for the rest of the season. And it's a very important video. And I'm going to start out by asking you guys to do something. Now, we're going to talk about this video that Derek Carr made on his channel that he has with him and David, Homegrown Network. This video is going to be linked in the description below. This is not a sponsored Derek Carr segment here. I need you guys to follow the link in the description below to that video and comment on that video something like Rodney from ALLaBorde Raiders sent you. You guys should do a video together or something. Because look, I love making these videos, and I wouldn't be here without you guys. And I can get millions of subscribers, and I can make a ton of money, and I can do all these cool things. Doing a video with Derek is top of my priority list. If I can do that, the rest of this is just gravy. And to really prove that to you, and by the way, you can go comment right now on that video, or wait to the end of this video. The link will be in the description, or you can just look up this in YouTube. And at the very least, a couple thousand people are going to watch this. If I can get a quarter of 2,000 people that watch this video to go over there and comment something along the lines of, hey, you guys should do a video together, ALLaBorde Raiders, just throw my name in the comments, and he sees that's 500 people. That's all I'm asking you to do. And to prove to you that Derek means this much to me, if you go to my channel, right? This is my channel here. I got 14,000 subscribers, which is insane because literally 2 years ago, I was not making a single dollar off this YouTube channel. If you go to my videos and you go from latest to oldest, the first video I ever posted was a faceless video about why I believe that Derek Carr is the future of the Las Vegas Raiders. I didn't start this channel to make money or to get views. It was literally just to post this one video because I was bored in college and I was angry about how people were perceiving Derek Carr and talking about him in the national media, and I wanted to make a video about him. And 5 years later, here we are, me talking to you. So we're going to get into the offensive line, and we're going to talk about what Derek said in this video. But if you can just take some time to go to the comments of that video, like I said, it's going to be linked in the description, and just say to him, hey, man, Rodney from ALLaBorde Raiders sent me. He's got a decent following. He talks about the Raiders. He covers them on Bleacher Report. Come up with your own message. Give some love to Derek. Subscribe to his channel because I want to do a video with him badly. And to be completely honest with you, I've been in contact with his team before, and I've never been able to break through and actually get anything done. Maybe now with a bigger following, it's more possible. So I'm leaving that up to you guys. I am calling the ALLaBorde whatever we want to call ourselves, right? I don't like naming names with people that watch my stuff, but this is a call to action. If I ever asked you to do anything before, this is what I'm asking you to do. He talked specifically about 2 plays that the offensive line made that were bad. One had Geno sacked, which was a really good play design, and one had Ashton Jeanty hit in the backfield. I'm not going to play any clips from it because I want you guys to go watch the video on your own time if you haven't. But he opened my eyes to what real film analysis is. Now, when I say this, I don't want you to think I'm taking a shot at any YouTuber, not just Raiders, any YouTuber that does film on his own, because I'm part of that. I've uploaded multiple film videos on this channel that have done pretty well. Videos like this, where Derek is breaking down the film, are really the only videos you should be taking seriously as to what is actually going on the field. Everybody else, including me, and I'm going to continue to do them, everybody else is just giving their estimated opinion based off of what we can see. But it's not based off of what we know. So if there's other people saying different things, it's just based off an opinion. For example, he broke down the play that went viral where Bobby Wagner blitzed right in front of Dylan Parham. Dylan Parham didn't pick him up. And he said, look, I don't know what protection was called. I don't know what was communicated. So I cannot tell you if it's Dylan's fault, if it's Colton's fault, if it's Jordan Meredith's fault, if it's Geno's fault. But the point he was trying to make is that this is an easy fix and that this kind of mistake happens to every single team from the Eagles' offensive line down to our offensive line, because right now we're at the bottom. It happens to everybody in the beginning of the season. And he explains how difficult it is for a new line to get a new playbook and to implement it in practice where you can't really hit and you're getting basic defensive blitzes. Because the Commanders threw a lot at us, and you want to make the mistakes now because it is a long season. He also broke down another play. I'm not going to spoil it, but go watch it. So my point is this. When someone says, in my opinion, this is Dylan Parham's fault or it's Jordan Meredith's fault, that's an opinion. Because if Derek says he doesn't quite yet know whose fault it is, how could you take anybody else seriously that watches film, including myself? Feel free to watch those videos. Feel free to watch mine. It's just opinion-based. You guys watch me because I give my takes and you think I'm, funny or smart or dumb and you just want to watch for whatever reason. Don't stop doing that. But these types of videos that Derek is making is the most valuable information when it comes to film. Pete Carroll had a press conference yesterday, Friday, today by the time I was recording this, but tomorrow by the time I've uploaded this. And they asked him, what the offensive line is going to look like. And he said, JPJ is going to be out there. I know everyone's asking about JPJ. He's going to be out there. He's going to play. And then he kind of made this weird comment about how they're both going to play. I think he's talking about Alex Kappa. I would imagine that means that Alex Kappa is going to go to special teams because JPJ was playing special teams against the Commanders. And something that we didn't talk about a lot, I talked about it a little bit in my live stream, is that they don't want to rush JPJ back out there, coming off a concussion because the kid has had 5 dating back to Oregon. Like, this cannot be something that we take lightly. The concussion protocol of it all has to be taken into account. And for the people that said, oh, well, he played special teams, there's not a lot of physical contact on special teams, a few plays a game, compared to every single down going up against, Luvu and Bobby Wagner. It's a completely different thing. Now, it would be really funny if, for some reason, Kappa was playing left guard and Parham was benched and Meredith was at center and JPJ was playing right guard and Pete is actually changing the line, but he just didn't want to tell anybody to give it away to Ben Johnson. That could be the case as well. But one thing we do know for certain, the Bears' defensive front is probably the weakest defensive front we will play all season. And typically, we are the get-right game. But if you see the injury report from the Bears, they're pretty banged up. Now, look, that doesn't matter because we got our ass kicked by Tyson Bagent the one time that we played him. It's going to come down to, does the offensive line show enough technique and game planning improvement for us to sort of take back the reins of calling for everybody's head to be fired? Because Derek talked about this in his video. It's ridiculous to say they don't have the right players or they don't have the right coaches in place. It's about getting better, watching the film, and making simple mistakes that are coachable. And I really think the more we think about that Commanders game, the more sense it made that we lost it the way we did. First of all, they have 14 points on 2 kickoffs because the new kickoff rule is a thing, and we're all learning, right? We're going to have some nice kickoffs this year too, I would imagine. We are the first team, and these aren't excuses, these are just facts. We're the first team in NFL history to have to go from Monday night to travel east to play on a short week to play against a team that's coming off of 10 days rest. And Pete Carroll said as much. This week in practice has been so much more efficient and physical than last week. Now, this is all talk. I'm not predicting a Raiders win. But this is the reality. This is the reality that's being presented. This is the world that's being built for us. And now we have to see if it's going to come to fruition. Even if we lose the game against the Bears, which I would hate to do, because we're going to get into why this game is so personal with the Ben Johnson of it all. There needs to be improvements at every single level offensively for us to really get invested in the rest of the season. Now, we're going to talk about how this game is a revenge game for us, because if you don't remember, Ben Johnson picked the Bears instead of us. And one fan base is going to feel a lot happier about their head coach moving forward after this game. But before we do that, I need to tell you about the sponsor for this video, Chomps. So you guys obviously know, because you're watching my videos, that I love talking football and I love making videos and content. Sometimes either halfway through the video or while I'm editing the video, I get hungry and I don't want to stop because I'm kind of in the ebbs and flows of making the videos for you guys. So I want to grab something quick and easy. And I'm sure you've been wondering what this is to my right. Well, I have to tell you, this is Chomp's original beef stick. This thing is absolutely incredible. It's 10 grams of protein per beef stick, 100 calories, and 0 sugar. I'm always constantly looking for like good, high quality sources of protein that you could just easily grab and go. And like I said before, I try to start every day being physically and mentally sharp for you guys, and having something that I can easily grab and go that tastes good, that is a high quality source of protein, is huge for me. It's unmatched. It tastes great. It's quality ingredients, and I love them. Let me know down below. Have you had these? What flavors do you like? And what flavors would you like them to make going forward? And of course, make sure to click the link below to learn more about Chomps. Okay, shout out to Chomps. Link in the description below. And like I said, also, that Derek Carr video, link in the description below. Please take 5 seconds out of your day. It could be the difference between him coming on this channel or not, or maybe me getting on their channel. It's all I've ever wanted to do. I would appreciate you to go just leave a comment. Ben Johnson picked the Bears over us. Now, I'm not here to argue if that was a good or bad decision by him. That's up to him and his family. I get it. He wanted to stay in the division and prove himself. Hasn't been working out so far, but we haven't looked that great either. It's a battle of 1 and 2 teams. The history of 2 and 2 teams versus 1 and 3 teams going to the playoffs, we all know the numbers. And if you don't know the numbers, it's a significant swing. We said last week was the culture game, where you figure out a way to win this game, like you couldn't beat the Panthers last year, and it's a different. We're back, and it's like, well, and I said that as well. Besides the quarterback, that team went to the NFC Championship, right? And the quarterback is still pretty good. We talked about the East Coast, short week, blah, 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 right? Jackson Powers-Johnson didn't play. New team. We got it. The Panthers last year with Andy Dalton was a bad football team, and we got our ass kicked. The Commanders are a good football team, and we got pushed around for most of the game. But they're still a good football team. This feels like the change in culture game. If this game comes down to a field goal and it's 24-21 and we both played well and they beat us and they were better that day, it is what it is. If we go out there and smoke them, I'm going to feel good about it. If they come out and it's a piss-poor effort and the offensive line still stinks and Ashton Jeanty can't get it going and Geno throws a pick and Pete Carroll's throwing gum on the sidelines and Ben Johnson, is running triple reverse, hook ladder, Hail Marys all the live long day, I don't know how any of us watching, talking about the Raiders, rooting for them, can take this regime seriously until they win like 5 games in a row. Because the start of this season is a carbon copy to the start of last season, right? You win a game on the road that you probably shouldn't have. You lose to the Chargers, then you lose to a backup quarterback. Now, again, there's variables that are different, but on the macro level, it's exactly the same. Last year, we played the Browns, who were kind of struggling, just like the Bears were kind of struggling. We found a way to win that game, but it didn't feel great. It was Gardner Minshew not doing a lot, and it was Deshaun Watson being worse than Gardner Minshew somehow. So if we win this game and kind of like limp to victory, who knows? Who knows? We need to look significantly better and at least look like a button-up organization that belongs in this game. Because with the Bears injury report that's come out, I don't know if you've seen this, but we're favored. Now, we're favored at home because you get 3 points for being at home. It's a 1.5 point spread, which means it's a pick 'em. Now, the crowd's going to be 50-50, and hopefully that's a wake-up call to Pete Carroll and the rest of the staff. But Pete Carroll doesn't need a wake-up call. He knows the significance of this game. But like Pete's been saying and like Derek's been saying, it is early. We want everything to happen overnight. It's better to make the mistakes now than to make them when you're 7-7 and you need this win to get into the playoffs. Because I guarantee you, and I think everyone's going to agree with me, this team is going to look significantly better in Week 14 compared to how it's going to look in Week 4. But no doubt about it, it needs to look better in Week 4 than it did in Week 3. And I believe in this coaching staff. I believe what Derek's saying about the offensive line. I believe in Geno Smith, and I don't need to see anything more with Ashton Jeanty for me to know he was worth the pick. He's making guys miss play after play. And it's going to feel so good if this is finally his breakout game. And the last thing I want to say that I figured out on my live stream, or not figured out, but I came to this conclusion on my live stream, but some people didn't see that, so I want to say it here. The JPJ vendetta thing. Why is Pete Carroll so particular about JPJ? I truly believe that Pete Carroll, sees the potential of what JPJ could be. He's got Hall of Fame physicality in his body. And when they drafted Ashton Genty and Jackson Powers Johnson said, "Hi, I'm your center," that would lead you to believe that they made Jackson Powers Johnson think he was going to be the center. And when JPJ came into the season and he was a little bit behind on the playbook because it's a new playbook and Jordan Meredith was ahead of him, I think Pete Carroll took that to heart. And he wants to light a fire under Jackson Powers Johnson's behind to show him, hey man, just because you played okay at center last year doesn't mean you can be behind other people who shouldn't be starting ahead of you. I don't know if you've ever seen Whiplash, but J.K. Simmons says to Miles Teller in that scene at the end of the movie, or towards the end, spoiler alert, but not really, it's just a cool line. Something like this. The two most harmful words in the English language are good job. And Pete Carroll's a positive guy, but when you screw up and you rest on the laurels of your talent and you are not prepared, or you're not as prepared as you should be, you're going to need to prove it. And just because JPJ's playing right guard now doesn't mean he can't be the center in the future. But I think Pete Carroll sees the potential in him, and he's letting him know with a little bit of tough love, you need to step up, and you need to find a way to get on that field. Because the regime last year had JPJ, who was a great college center, at right guard as well. And it took a lot of different things to happen for him to finally play center. So that's kind of where I leave you here. Shout out to Chomps. Shout out to my $5 and $10 patrons. Crown Jewel Cards is our new YouTube member. You get a bunch of different membership tiers and different things like your name at the end of the credits, videos days in advance. This video is going up late Saturday morning. It's like 1 in the morning when I'm recording this. It's going up right on Patreon and YouTube memberships instantly. You won't see that until Saturday morning. What else? Discord, link in the description below. Completely free. Come join. We'll be talking about all that stuff all 7 days. We're always in there. And like I said, take some time out. If I get just a few hundred people to just go into the comments and say, ALLaBorde Raiders, join them. Maybe he'll see it, and maybe he'll come on here. That's all I'm asking. It's not too much to ask, I don't think. Please be sure to subscribe for free. I'll throw no charges to you. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.